It's May 21st. Jason Upton from eXp Realty. BC is best. Here to showcase BC's legacy property, now available, which is Mountain Soul Winery. Mountain Soul Winery is tucked between the river and the mountain here in the West Kootenays, in Fruitvale, a wonderful, vibrant, safe, clean-aired community in British Columbia. This property being offered at under $4.5 million, but it has every box checked, including unbelievable income potential. We're going to have a little tour of the winery today and show you some of the highlights here. One of them is behind me here, which is the owner's residence. The owner's residence on the property is 4,500 square feet, built only 5 years ago. We have an asset here on this 144-acre site. So this is a turnkey operation. Just thought I would show you a little bit of the house first. We're at the front of the house. It feels like the back. Totally private. Coming on in, house has been architecturally designed specifically for the site. The kitchen is open to the great room, the dining room, and we have this dramatic ceiling here and gas fireplace. No neighbors in sight anywhere. You're on your own estate. Here, you have sort of a flex room. They're using it as a media room / rec area where you have an informal dining and bar. You could do anything you want with this. You could turn it into a workspace. You could have this as a media room. There's also a wood stove here. It goes to show you about the architectural detail and size of this property. Out the sliding door or French door to the back here is the hot tub. Again, look at the view. Beautiful British Columbia on a spring day. It's not too hot out there. There's no bugs out there. The air currents move through this mountain location, keeping it refreshing. And that is very good for the vineyard. It's because of the air currents here and the privacy here, the vines here, the grapes here don't suffer the same disease that happens in the Okanagan. And that the previous operator of this vineyard had the highest status possible by not spraying and by having a very socially responsible operation. We have a bedroom on the main level with ensuite. This is your view, mountains and fresh air. This property is something that you will want to move into. Can you rent the components out separately? The house, the vineyard, facility? Yeah, you could, and you would bring a good return, especially if you Airbnb this. But it could be an owner-operator, or it could be an owner-operator who is involved in agritourism. There's a 6-bedroom house. So you could have staff live here and operate the facility from here, or you can live here yourself and the staff can live on site in an RV. So there are many options. If you go down this wing, we have bathroom, laundry, and 2 bedrooms. We haven't even gone upstairs or downstairs yet, but we'll do that now. Again, you're basically in a brand new home. So upstairs, we have another massive rec room. So you don't forget, we have that big rec room downstairs. We have another huge one up here. If you want, you could make this the master quarters for the home. Right now, they're using it as a separate bedroom, living area for the master, and bathroom. So actually, this really is private retreat. If you're Airbnb-ing this could be a separate space. Private deck. As you can see, we've got our own Mountain Soul wine here to enjoy while looking over the beautiful West Kootenays. Trail is literally 5 minutes away, and Fruitvale is 5 minutes away. Every amenity you would want, and just an amazing community, 5 minutes away. Rossland is 22 minutes away. World-class skiing. If you want to go to Castlegar, 15 minutes away. We have an airport there. That airport can fly you via Air Canada directly. Calgary, Edmonton, Vancouver, Kelowna. There's also a small airport right here in Trail, 5 minutes away. We can fly on Pacific Coastal Airlines, and that flies to many British Columbia towns. We're taking a walk through the winery facility here, and then we have our shop, which is massive. Take a look at all the tool bays, the loft. There's another level above here. All the space for vehicles, tools, and anything you would need. Another tractor, of course, included. This is our winery building, only about 15 years old. This is where the magic happens. This building is 5,000 square feet. We just happen to have the operator of the vineyard with us here. This room is where we have our stock, and there are 1,800 cases. All this wine can be yours. We have $500,000 of wine in this room ready for sale, and this is an award-winning winery. Absolutely adequate electrical here, 600 amp.
Yeah, on here too, you see we have actually 3-phase power, which is great for all your winery equipment, as it mostly works on 3-phase power. We also have obviously the 110 and the 220 as well.
Let's keep going and take a look at all the equipment. That everything is included. All of the machines that you need to make wine as it's being made now. This is a portable restroom for the events. In this room we have.
In here what we have, quite a bit of this is the full turnkey for actually making wine and also bottling it. We have the still wine equipment in here. We also have for making sparkling wine as well. We'll show you. So we have the bottle cleaner that's just right there. We have the still wine. So we have the 2200 liter bright tank. Those are some of our wines that we do. So these ones are the different sparkling. So this is a full sparkling. This is a Frizzante, and then this is our red that we have. These have been bottled here.
So this is where events also take place.
Correct. Yes. So right now it's set up for doing the actual wine part of it. Later on, all of this will be cleared out, and then this is where we'll be able to have events. And there's enough room in this place, being 5,000 square feet, that we're able to push it off and even actually have some events over in the storage area.
You could have a 2-room event.
Yes. Yeah, so this is our destemmer. It's a demi destemmer. Most of our machinery is demi. The press is a 2-ton press. It's fully automated. It's set up right now for 17 different cycles of pressing, which I will use. Yeah, which I will use depending on whatever wine I want to make. If I want to make a full-bodied wine, a sparkling wine, a red wine, these are already pre-programmed into there, so it's really just a push button.
Brand new bottler right here. You want to tell us about it?
Sure. So this actually is a fully isobaric bottling machine. What I mean by that is it actually will be able to bottle up to pressures up to 80 psi or 4 bar. And that's important because you can actually bottle a full sparkling wine in that. It's not just a Frizzante. We don't actually have to do the traditional method. We can, but if we want to bottle more sparkling in a shorter period of time, we'll use an isobaric machine.
Mixing, storage.
Yes. So the one nice thing about that, these are what you would see traditionally as smaller vats, 11 hectoliters. But what that does is I'm able to actually do a lot better blending. I'm able to isolate when we're actually doing harvesting of what grapes are showing better potential for wine than others. As such, I've been able to actually make a few award-winning wines because of it.
This is tank 11. These are big tanks here.
Those are 2,000 liter tanks.
And this is our conveyor.
It's actually waterproof, and the reason why that's important is we're able to actually put the must into that. That would be for a red wine, and you'll be able to elevate that up and put that into the press. So you're able to circumvent a must pump, which is one step that you can skip.
So we're kind of, because I'm a certified appraiser, I like numbers, and we talked about the house, and we talked about you couldn't build that house for any less than $1.5 million. You saw the shop. So we have a huge shop there. A shop like that is probably close to $250,000. The building we're in now, it's closer to $500,000. But forget the building. All the equipment in here is worth $750,000. And then we have all that wine, which is another $500,000. So do you see, we haven't even got to the land yet. And we're already at the asking price pretty much of this property or close to it. So, and understand, this is an operating business where the current operators will help the new buyer and their team transist into the business. They'll make the introductions, so get onto the fields with you, which we're gonna go see next. Pick the grapes, bottle the wine, show them how to make the blends. Keep that award-winning status going and grow this company. This is only a 4-year-old company. There's so much further that it can go. And I've seen this building here with events, and if you look up, you can see all the draperies in the room. So obviously weddings is something very common here. And the guests are coming in and out, they're coming to the bar, and then they steep themselves with ceremonies. And it is absolutely unparalleled. There's nothing like this in the West Kootenays. Don't forget, with Mountain Soul Winery, you have 145 acres of land. This is your estate. What you saw so far is just the beginning of the site. So we have the vineyard and the mountain. But I wanted to show you the event space. We have portable washrooms here. Ladies and gentlemen, coming down here, we have the lounge and the bar, always serving Mountain Soul wine only, exclusively. And important to say that we have a lot of events here coming this year. Just a little bit of marketing and sales, we're able to double the events. This is rare because there's not a lot of event space in the West Kootenays. So for weddings and corporate events, they jump on it. Watch every weekend this summer will be sold out. It's totally up to you to decide what you want to do with it. Other days or nights, you can have winery dinners, tasting parties, however much energy you have, people want to spend time here. So here's the bar and the deck. Totally covered, perfect for a day like this when it's a little hot in the direct sun. The breeze comes through. That same mountain breeze that we talked about earlier, custom made bar, fully functional with coolers and dishwasher. You'd never want to leave if you're a guest. You'll come behind us here for the main tent. We have fenced entry here for security. So here's where usually the wedding party will prep themselves before the event. We have a bar, lots of seating, dressing rooms back here. I just found out that this tent can actually handle a snow load. So although the current operators are not using this facility in the winter, you can. So you can have a Christmas winter spectacular here with Christmas lights, campfires right here on the bark mulch, food served. You can turn this place into a winter wonderland and you can have events all year round. Don't forget, Red Mountain is world-class skiing and it's 22 minutes away. What better place than this for an après ski for you and your group to come and actually ski during the day and then spend the night at a winery having an event and a dinner. So this is potential that has not been fully unlocked, but can be. Right adjacent to the event space is the vineyard. So this vineyard is meticulously maintained and we have a total of over 25 acres planted, various grape varieties. 8-point-something of those acres are actually leased from Columbia Gardens, which used to be a winery next door but has closed. So in closing, we have a great lease contract with them to get that extra 9 acres. So you have 17 of your own. Of course, everything's irrigated and we are doing hardly any spraying here. In fact, if you want to go organic, we're just half a step away from that and have no spraying. And therefore, you're going to increase the value of your winery and your wines. We also have just been added RV site. So if you want to have an event here, people want to camp out, they can. Maybe you're going to have a movie here. Maybe you're going to have a conference here or some kind of getaway. You have your RV sites here right in the middle of the vineyard. There's no standing water near here. There's no bug to interrupt that dinner. You're going to have a beautiful evening. Can you imagine having your dinner here in the vineyard and then walk over to the event space later to enjoy the wine? This is world class, but in Fruitvale. Imagine all the partnerships and opportunities that you can make with local merchants, other agricultural producers. So if you look up the mountain, you can see that the property goes very expansively up there. There is a bench and an absolutely beautiful place to view down from, and we're going to go up there. And that is where often the marriage vows are taken. So we're at the upper bench of Mountain Soul Winery where eagles soar. So this is where you have more vineyard, lots of parking, an open area for events. No one's ever going to hear you up here. And then you have your wedding chapel. We like to keep the grass nice and green. Everything in here is immaculately maintained. So this is where take your wedding vows. This is the Mountain Soul emblem, and then look at the view. It's a moment that you and your loved one are never going to forget. It doesn't matter if you're holding a wedding here or if you're holding an anniversary here. You could be holding a family reunion here. You're not going to forget it because it's such a unique experience in the West Kootenays in British Columbia. BC is best. And you got your beautiful pine trees and your mountain air. You can't replace this. You don't find this in the city. There's nothing to pollute it. And take a look at the mountain, which is still your property. It's an absolutely pristine add-on to this already amenity-packed property. So this is going to wind up our tour. If you have any questions, please call me. 604-657-1111. It's Jason Upton with eXp Realty. bcisbest.com. This is priced under $4.5 million. We just listed it and we already have interest.